Greetings, Leo. Hey, a warm welcome and thank you for joining me, guys. This is your August 2021 reading. It's also the welcoming into your birthday zone. So happy birthday, all Leos, whether you're sun, moon or rising, and even for those of you cross-watching for Leos, happy birthday to those Leos in your life as well. I am doing this reading on the 6th of July, so it will capture most of all of the Leo's birthdays, depending on when you tune into it. We also move into the powerful gateway of the 8-8 gateway. That is the Lion's Gate portal, and it is to do with the rising of the Sirius star in the Orion constellation. It comes in with the 8 energy, obviously, and the 8 number is a lot about reincarnation, but it's also about power, money, abundance. So this is a wonderful time to really tune in and connect, and you guys are lucky that this actual portal is in your timeline frequency or your zodiac frequency, so that you can probably access it very deeply if you're interested in doing so. It's a time to anchor more love and abundance. It's also a time for radical healing for yourself with anything that you are wanting to have moved in your situation, whether it be physical, mental, emotional or spiritual, and to have these situations healed or to find answers to them. It's a time for you to reacquaint yourself with your raw, your light, your passions and love. And it's a time to love yourself unconditionally. Now, one of the messages that I got for you guys coming in before I started your reading was it said you are enough, exactly as you are. So that was just a little affirmation perhaps that you could pull upon for this birthday energy month. And this is a really good time for you to also set your intentions for the next year ahead as well around the birthday time. A couple of the other messages that came in were to keep an eye out on your stress levels, and especially the adrenaline and the hormones that are running through your body. Try to keep them in balance and nurture them. Caffeine may also be something that some of you may need to watch your consumption of, or how you use it, or how it affects your stress levels in particular. So with that aside, let's move into your reading. And what I really am looking forward to, and I hope that we get some indication of it, is either the number 8 turning up for you or the lion. So there are various different cards or decks of cards that will have lions portrayed in them. So I'm hoping to see some 8s and some lions come into your reading. But anyhow, let's start. You'll see 3 main decks in front of you. I'm also going to call on this deck over on the side, which is a wellness deck from Dr. Libby. We'll do that towards the end. So I'll put these 2 to this side over here, and we will start with the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck. This is for Leo for the August reading, their birthday reading. What's your first card out? The Knight of Wands. That's your energy, fire sign energy. Well, we've had an explosion of activity over here. We will bring these through. The Queen of Wands, the Page of Swords, lots and lots of court cards for you. The High Priestess, the King of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 10 of Cups. So some court cards reversed up here, the Queen of Wands and the Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands up there as well, and the King of Pentacles down here. Out of your cards at the moment, you have 4 court cards, almost as if people are going to play a role in your month ahead in August, whether they are coming or going, or whether they are part of the plans that you are functioning with during the month. We might look into that a bit more. This can be yourself. This is kind of like his mother or his senior sponsor in life, and because she's upside down, it makes me think that part of her is not exactly where she wants to be or doing what she wants to do, and it may be associated with this Page of Swords over here, which is often about communication or thoughts or ideas. So there could be something going on for you guys in terms of wanting something to happen or to be created, and it might be a passionate something in the back of your mind that you're really excited about, but it could also be associated with your career or how you earn your money, or, as I say, something that you're creative about, and there may be some block that's holding it up or stalling it for the time being. These two, the Knight and the Pages, are often about the new beginnings within activations or ideas or procedures. They're coming in, they're still taking shape and forming, but they do create a new desire or direction or passion or awareness or ideas coming up. Again, we've got these two over here that are as if they're being a little bit stifled somewhat. They definitely seem to refer to some kind of interruption or slight delay, and it might be something that, as I say, you are really anticipating. I don't think it's a major setback, but it could be something that you need to re-strategize or go back and look at again. There might be some information that you have missed out or something that you have forgotten that could be really relevant in terms of you accessing this idea, project, concept, new job offer, like a promotion within a current job. There might be something that you missed out providing that's holding this selection back for you. So go back and check you've dotted your I's and crossed your T's, and make sure that anything you've put forward as a proposition has been done in the right way. I think especially with this guy here too. Of course, the other thing that the court cards can often represent is a person in your life. So these may be family members up here, or someone who is like a family for you. They could be around, they could be quite supportive for you and nurturing. They may even be people who give you like an idea or concept or add to information that you need one way or another. It might even be for some of you, you needed to get a document from like a parent or from a sibling or from a family member that you need in terms of an application for a job or a project or an idea. It could be something quite simple and straightforward along those lines. The King of Pentacles down here on this side, he is often known as the entrepreneur in life. He's very, very good with money. He can be an earth sign energy person, and sometimes about formulating deals or contracts or ideas, or even the formation of a new business or concept or an offer of a job or a promotion. He feels more associated in terms of more at the business end of life or in financial or concepts and ideas, and I think he might be related to something going on up here. For some of you, of course, he could well be a person. If he's a person, he might be associated with this Tower energy. This is one of your two major arcana cards. You have the High Priestess and the Tower over here, sort of sandwiched between one of the most lovely cards in the deck, the Ten of Cups. Now, just while I'm jumping around a little bit, the High Priestess and the reversed Queen of Wands often mean fertility and conception. And this could be tied into moon cycles, and of course we've recently had the eclipses, so it could be also tied into full moons in and around this timeline of August and the Lionsgate portal. It can be referring to new relationships coming in, fertility and pregnancy and conception of pregnancy. This one can sometimes be slight problems around conception. Some of you may experience what you thought was a pregnancy and it turns out not to be, or some of you may need work looked at in that part of the female's body, menstrual cycles and such like. Some of you may even have an operation in terms of that. With this card here, the Page of Swords, that can sometimes mean an operation, and it might be an operation to undo something or to release something in your body that hasn't been working quite right. So when we come back to the High Priestess, at a slightly higher level, she works in the esoteric and the power and the knowledge that can come in through these energy fields and raise your vibrational frequency, if you like, and your awareness and understanding of that type of energy. And of course, we've just talked about the Lion's Gate, so she could be very much referring to this portal where we talked about before when we said it was really relevant for you to, if there's any radical healing, to utilize this time now to reacquaint yourself with your raw, your light, your passions and your love, and to facilitate power, money and abundance coming into your life. So she could very well be the key fixture to helping manifest these things in your life and to clear away any doubt or negativity or misconceptions of things around you. I think she holds a great key in the reading, even though she's sitting on an outer level. And the fact that she is tied to this card down here, which is the abundance of love and family and happiness, love and abundance and support and nurture. This is a wonderful card that gives you that feeling of complete satedness, of happiness, of being trusted, of loved, of nourishment, of unconditional love. So it's a beautiful card to tie itself into the High Priestess. And with this moon in here, it makes me think of the heavens or the stars or the way they are aligned or things that are happening. So this could be a really good time portal or timeline for you to activate this sensation. We come back to the Tower card and we see not a very pleasant scene, especially in the traditional Rider-Waite deck. This tower on fire hit by a bolt of lightning, which if you think about it is often considered a bolt of realization. So this can be as if you are getting a message about something in your life that needs to change. So the tower is fundamentally claimed to have not been built on firm, solid, good, safe structure, and that something within it is falling apart. It often does refer to our relationships in life or the way we are feeling about certain situations we've allowed ourselves to get into, whether it be a health situation or whether it be a belief system, and we're coming to a realization that something has to change for us to move forward. Now, often when the tower turns up, this can be a sudden event that can take place, and I have found in the past myself personally that there can be trauma involved in this, and it can be argumentative trauma, and I've witnessed it within family. So when the tower is here in a reading and you have prior access or prior understanding that it may turn up, there are ways that you can lessen its impact. For instance, if you feel something like a big argument coming on with a friend or a family member and you think, oh, this is going to go really bad, I can feel it's going to crack, you could perhaps help lessen its intensity because you know this is coming. You see, if the other person isn't aware of this background energy about to break, they may not be able to help contain it or dampen it down. So I often think of when you come for a reading, it's like being able to see the future and understand why these events occur, but also have the opportunity to help lessen any negative impacts and also help grow any positive ones that are mentioned within a reading. So the tower can be, as I say, very sudden. It can be quite strong. It can be life-changing and life-altering. It generally is accepted that it is for the better, that whatever changes come with it, it is to enhance your future direction in life. And oftentimes we go through trauma when we don't particularly want to, or we haven't expected or anticipated it. But when we go through these experiences, we become much stronger, we learn at a much deeper level, and we are able to view things in a bigger encompassment of life. So an interesting read to start with there, guys, and I haven't spotted a lion yet in the reading, and we haven't actually seen an 8 either. Let us move on to the next deck of cards and see. I will just leave these over here because sometimes we refer to them again. These are the Energy Oracle cards, which are a lovely deck. There's a lot of different messages and energies that come in with them. Let's see what's come out first. All tied up. The door to personal healing and happiness and adjacent possibilities. That's really interesting. We have 5, 6, 7 in a row. As if numbers are counting up. Something is moving up or is becoming more visible or is part of its movement, its plan. It could be an idea, a strategy that's coming. Just a couple more here from this deck for Leo for their birthday reading. There's one. Deceit. And strategy. I think I liken the all tied up and the deceit a little bit to the Tower, and I think maybe they are talking hand in hand, all tied up. And also the strategy could be very much, remember we talked in the beginning about a strategy that you might need, in essence, to go back and check things out, to do your due diligence, to double check on something if you are waiting for an answer or waiting for a new offer to come in, or you're missing a link around a certain project or idea. Strategizing something could be very important for you. Also journaling, keeping a record or a document of things that go on, and this might be important in terms of legal requirements later as well. I also see that there's the depiction of a moon again here in this card. I'll move it up for you. So I still think the moons are playing a little bit of a role. There's money in here as well. So the strategy may have something to do with your money or your finances or a job in particular. Journaling can relate to dream time events, and also journaling just helps to promote our ideas, bringing them from the conceptual thought form into the real energetic paradigm of the here and now. The door to personal healing and happiness, we talked about the Lionsgate portal and how it could bring in this potential for self-healing, for manifestation of financial, good health, abilities, and different things along those lines. So there is this opportunity here for you. And again, if you focus on this, this is what you can manifest into your life. And I know some people will say, I'm not experiencing that, or I don't see it in my life. Sometimes you have to dig deep and you have to look hard to find the things that you are really feeling into, and it's also about the time and energy you expend on it and the thoughts that you put towards it. If you keep saying to yourself things like, well, I don't have any of that wealth or money, or I feel as though I miss out, or I haven't got it, you are projecting that out to the universe. So instead of saying I haven't got it, or I don't have it, I don't have love, or I don't have good health, or I don't have money, you have to switch that around and actually deploy the total energy and feeling from your heart that these things do exist in your life and that they already exist, and that's what you are putting out to the universe, so it's more likely to reverberate back to you. It's quite convoluted in many ways, but in other ways it's very simplistic. But I'm going to bring the Tower together with the all tied up and the deceit. These three seem to be telling a little bit of a story together. So all tied up feels as though you're in a situation where you have been unable to express something or to gain your individual freedom. And this could be around relationships or a situation at work, for instance. So again, this is why the Tower might have shown up for you. You're feeling as though you need to be freed from something. You're wanting more freedom, more self-expression, more individualization. The tied up card to me talks about, she knows she's tied up, but they're not very strong. I think she is prepared to say to herself, I'm willing to take the move to get out of this situation. I'm going to take the lead and I'm ready to go. And in comes the Tower. Now the deceit card is not a very pleasant one. I find him very much like the Seven of Swords, and he adds up to the same number. He has all these coins in his hand, if you can see that, as if he has stolen somebody's wealth or money or something, or whether or not that's him asking for blackmail money, anything is possible. When this card comes out in the traditional tarot, I often say to people he's a sign of global hacking systems, and we're seeing this is happening more and more and more right now, and I think it's to do with the way the planets are aligned. There are some massive hacking systems globally, and to be honest, in the end I think we're all going to end up hacked one way or another. So when he turns up, some of you may be subject to this, and you may find that hacking is more prevalent in the month of July or August. So again, try to be really careful with your personal details. Double check things like your passwords. Don't leave passports or personal information lying around. It could be something like a burglary in a car. They steal your phone or your passport or your driver's license or from your home. But again, often this is an online representation of personal theft and identity theft. This could be why he is connected to the tower. It could be that he is not just a global hacker type thing, but he could be someone who has been in your life and he has been deceitful, he has caused damage, and you are ready to break free, to be no longer restricted or constricted by him, and the tower event takes place. But certainly if the tower gets rid of him like this, then this is all for the better, and that's what we said before. This negativity drops off when the tower is enactioned, and so does the feeling of being restrained or perhaps being held back by someone else. It all drops off, and this is the direction of the new you. You literally have the choice to make in which way to go forward. So technically it's quite a powerful reading. It seems that there's quite a lot of potential in here for you guys to face some, maybe not fears in the month of July or August, but face up to something and go, no, you're not going to do this to me anymore. I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm going to be me. And this is my time to stand up and be heard in many different areas of life. This can also represent health as well. So it doesn't just have to be relationships. It can be changing of health modalities. It can be coming out of something that had previously been quite onerous and negative and debilitating, and it's taking a turn now and moving into a more positive timeline. These cards are the Animal Oracle deck. I haven't used them in a while. I do actually really love them. I'm very, very connected to the animal kingdom and Gaia herself, and I just thought this was a nice time to bring them out. So we'll see what comes in for you. The Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide for the first one. I love birds too, actually, I must say. I do a lot of bird photography. So let's just see what else is in here. And one more from here, 57, the Squirrel Spirit. Believe in yourself. Wow, and one of those first messages I got for you guys was, you are enough exactly as you are. So, and he's squirreling things away there for the future. Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up. I'm going to get the book and read a couple for you from here. I think the Believe in Yourself is probably an easy enough one to really focus on and just ponder upon yourself. But I might read the Antelope Spirit, Life is Speeding Up, and Hawk Spirit, Let Spirit be your guide. So let me find those for you. Flying high above the landscape, the hawk sees both the big picture and the small details, observes the rain and the pond as well as the cloud, and doesn't miss anything. When Hawk Spirit arrives, you are called to pay close attention to messages from Spirit that can appear anywhere in any form. Listen to your intuition and keep your eyes open for synchronicity, the meaningful coincidences. Hawk asks you not to dismiss the signs that Spirit is sending to guide you. Lately, have you been hearing the same word or song, or coming across the same symbol here, there, and in the strangest of places? Perhaps you hear a song on the radio with just the right lyric pertaining to your query, or you begin to notice uncanny billboards, license plates, or other places where repetitive numbers or words show up for you to notice. Pay attention to the animals that appear for you and connect with their symbolism. Spirit wants to communicate and reaches out again and again. When Hawk Spirit appears, it is a sign to listen. And when these signs pop up, there is a big important message that the spirit world, your guides or your higher self or collective conscious or however you connect at that end, but there is this timeline or energy current that they are trying to help support you in a turn in your life or information that would really, really benefit you. Now, some of you may actually come across a hawk or a similar bird, such as an eagle or a falcon, and that would be really interesting over the next month and a half as well. So the second one is believe in yourself, and that is fairly self-sufficient, and especially at this time of the Lionsgate portal. The next one is the antelope spirit. Life is speeding up. When antelope spirit rushes into your life, you are being reminded of the quickening of your personal evolution as a powerful co-creator. You are being told unequivocally that it's time to get moving, set your intentions, and take action toward making your dreams real. There is an intensity you can feel, and it's important to take advantage of this energy right now. If you have a plan for your career or financial abundance, now is the time to step it up. If you're asking about a relationship, make that first move. Just know that the intentions you have set in motion are coming together now at warp speed. Stay alert and keep things up. Things are getting interesting when antelope spirit calls you to move quickly. So power and passion and the moving quickly. And the Tower is a quickly moving card as well. So some nice messages coming in there. I'm disappointed we have not seen a lion in your reading. Never mind, we know that we're working with the Lionsgate energy. So these cards are very big, they're difficult to shuffle. I'm not going to shuffle them too much, but what I will do is pick from the 8th one down. And we might read 2 from this deck. There is a biochemical proponent, a nutritional and an emotional component, so it depends which ones we get as to which your messages will be. So this is for Leo for August and July, if you're listening to it in July. What messages in here for Leo? One more shuffle, I think, and then we'll take from the 8th one down. Eight, emotional joy and sadness, and we'll take the next one as well, eliminating waste. Okay, so these are messages that are specifically on the card. I will zoom in for you and we will read the words. These are just wellness cards that you can utilize for yourself in the upcoming month. The first one on the left, joy and sadness. In most days there will be moments of joy and moments of sadness. Yet we might not notice one feeling over the other. The intensity of the sadness might not feel equal to the joy. Yet if you pay attention, they are often both present, no matter how amazing or challenging life is for you right now. Whichever feeling you notice more often, try to see if you can spot micro moments in your day when you experience the other, because both can offer us insightful feedback. Then the biochemical, eliminating waste. It is essential that the body be able to efficiently eliminate waste. Using your bowels every day or 2 to 3 times per day, provided stools are formed, is crucial to every aspect of your health. If you don't currently use your bowels daily, make this your primary focus until it is resolved. What supports regular bowel motions? Well, hydration, exercise and being relaxed all help, while at the heart of it all is how you eat. Some people simply need to eat far less junk and more whole foods, and motility is sorted. While for others it's more complex. They may need to trial omitting certain foods such as those that contain gluten or high FODMAP foods, or increase their dietary magnesium, which can be found in green leafy vegetables, nuts and seeds. So there we are, guys. That's the way to finish off your reading, your birthday reading, to think of your emotional status and also your physical health in terms of the waste. And I think waste is something we do forget about, you know, and if you think of the organs such as your kidneys and your liver, they in particular are the organs that help to deal with excretory issues in your body, and eventually they end up as part of that external waste productivity. So it is really important to focus on them and to keep your emotional self happy and your physical self as well. And just before we sign off, I'm pondering too if the fact that we didn't see any of the lions and we didn't see the number 8 could mean that for a lot of you, the 8-8 portal could be really significant in bringing in balance or bringing in some extra strength to yourself, bringing in that feeling of you are enough exactly as you are, and bringing in more money and abundance and prosperity. So maybe that's something to focus on, and maybe that's why we actually had an absence of that 8 essence and the lions in the reading, because I think it was so obvious that they didn't turn up, especially after the request for them, that I think that in itself is a synchronistic message for you guys to focus on. So thank you all for joining me. I wish you all a wonderful birthday month ahead, and may the 8-8 portal, the Lion's Gate, bring you much love, happiness, self-awareness and healing and strength and manifestation. Please sub the channel. I love it when you leave your comments, and if you like the video and hit the notification button, that all goes towards the channel continuing to thrive. Much love everyone. Namaste.